Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Welcome to my last video before the grand alignment, before the December solstice, which is tomorrow. On some parts of the planet, it's already now. It's really interesting because I was tuning into the radio today while I was driving. And I think for this entire week, they've been talking something like, they've been making jokes about the so-called end of the world, which so many people are now in the fear of and have been going through different challenges. Or, people say, so, if there's already an end of the world, so why is it then on this other half of the world, which is already in 21st, like Australia, New Zealand, China, Japan, something like that. So why isn't there any report about it? Oh yeah, because everyone is already gone, so they can report about it, and jokes like that. And I'm thinking, the solstice alignment is like a dual-edged sword, double-edged sword. It also, in a way, we can see it like this. There is this falsely created fear and so many other things because people have been ascribing a different meaning than what it truly means because they were not connected. They were fearful through the mind. They did not really feel things through their own divine guidance. So that's why a lot of this hype and fear came through about this date. That's why, like I said, it's very important to be in peace and in silent meditation, in your inner prayer. I mean, prayer is just affirming to yourself, through your divine self, about your divinity, about your beloved I am, that you're exactly where you need to be, that your loved ones are safe, you are safe, because you have already chosen on a soul level what you want to experience. So this is one side of this story, let's so say, can really be seen as, it's okay, they can make fun about it. It's kind of funny. So you can actually make fun of it to see it more like joy, more joy around it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who are still deeply rooted in third duality perception, and they don't see beyond anything as such, as physicality. So they, this whole obliviation, what it does is it gives away this false image, like the date isn't really important at all. So it discredits it in this example. But it's not to be discredited because it is a special date. Ascension is not about the date. There is no such thing as this one particular date. It's an unfolding of this ascension process. So it's just stepping into this grand alignment. It's just whatever we've been working through to finish up the cycle, what we wanted to grab together and what we wish to still keep in this new life we're heading towards. We were working on that, on strengthening that. And what no longer served us, we really were letting go. And we were discovering that we really need to lose all self-control and limited beliefs and patterns and everything that restricts us, everything that still holds us in a way, like, an airplane is tying down the lane so it can't really fly off in that kind of way. So we weren't really ready to fly off. We weren't able to. That is what we've been doing. So basically, this date in that sense might seem unimportant, but it is important because there is a grand alignment occurring, and this was a sacred special date as an opening. And and you can see there were several dates that were special that led towards that. And there will be several dates after that. But still, no matter what, it is an important date. So as humor is very funny and important, and to, keep ourselves firm and grounded also through our playful nature and understand things from a humorous, deeper perception, it's very much different when, people who are really in the limited beliefs, thinking systems, and still really much in the matrix that have not yet freed themselves. It's much different to them speaking about this, like making fun of it. You cannot really make fun of something that is really coming straight from the universal mind and heart, from the matrix and creatrix of all that is. And there's many people speaking many things now about 2012 alignment on the solstice and beyond. For instance, they've been saying that the constellations, how they appear, are very interesting. And I've heard aspects from certain people that everything, the whole of astrology is like, it's very much aligned. Everything is very much aligned, and everything is, showing upwards, showing heavenly movements. So I'm not an astrologer, like I always say, but I do feel that everything is like pointing towards the sky because it's time for us to, look up, finally look up and take what we've been wanting to take from within. But, look up, because what you're looking for is not down. You look up and then you bring that from the above bring it down to your physical experience. And that is what Ascension is about. Ascension is actually merging with your highest self and then bringing that back down here. So I was writing about some aspects today about the holiday season, about the nature of gifts and things like that. And it's really important that we keep the perspective that we still are humans because we're having a human experience. And the whole year, a lot of the people were working on merging the two, the spirit and the matter, because still in the new age, it's like, oh, the physicality doesn't matter. You know, you're so in the physical. One thing is to be materialistically oriented, you know, under the dominion of much manipulation and control that is taking place in this undertaking through many different means of control. But the thing is, it's very much different when you really acknowledge and embrace your sacred physicality, your nature of your humanness, your divine nature through your humanness. So like I was saying, and like I was guiding through many light activations, we are divine human beings, and now we're going to be ready to take responsibility for our true selves, for every part, for every corner that is still dark, for every experience. You know, where there's shadow, you just light a tiny a tiny match, you lit it up, you light it up. So basically, I was watching this video yesterday from Golden Twin Flames. You can tune into their channel as well if you're interested to see what they have to say. And beloved companion Mel was discussing the vision that he was receiving through his own inner guidance about what is to happen, why this is actually happening, and how this age is going to go into the new. So during this transition, what is going to occur? He received many such guidance oriented visions. So one of the things I really liked was the whole nature of explaining what I already feel myself, that we will start slowly building new life, new templates. And that's why I say 2012 was a year of healing. You can see the December solstice like a threshold, like a crossing point, like a 0 point field of energy that is like, you know, like I said, from that center of the infinity symbol, it, you know, once again pushes you outwards into new level, new set of creation. And what creation tools are going to be, we will determine, but it will be determined through our divine selves and built through soul essences, no longer through the, you know, so much controlled and manipulated and very limited human perception as it was through the personality matrix. Now we're tapping into our divine personalities. So as we've each been working so much on discovering who we truly are, and I'm, like I said, I'm burdening what we were not. Now we're coming into this threshold. It's how I feel it, of really stepping into our true divine remembrance about our origin. And then we will be fully each called to this rite of service to others, to humanity, to the environment, to the local structures, whatever is your way that you'll be guided towards to build things anew. So one of the things that were really interesting in that video, which I watched yesterday, was what was discussed was the nature of self-healing abilities, which some people in different parts of the world will start getting, you know, just self-healing, instant self-healing. Then some will have lack of need for nourishment through external resources like food, and we will be self-sufficient only through fed by liquid light, as we originally were designed like anyway. There was also talk about things no longer being able to, you know, when you have the instant uh, law of action and reaction, but sometimes it's just not instantaneous. You just learning through mirroring, and sometimes, you know, when we were being able to be manipulated by others, or we were able to manipulate others, because this was an age of learning like this, we went to the very bottom, you know, so we can start climbing back up again, in a way, humanity, I mean. So now, in this new age, apparently we will for a while no longer have the ability to project that and have that manifested externally, but it will be manifested internally. So something that you do and is coming from not your divine self-alignment, for example, acts like stealing, manipulating another, lying to someone, things like that, they will be reprocessed internally. So what we were going through was we were processing things through externally, you know, like externally through relationships and many such different events, things, everything in our lives. Apparently, this is going to be very quickly happening within. So the individuals who have chosen will have much faster ability to choose anew and to decide based on a soul decision. Because, ascension is not a thing that happens from externally and you're just, you're picked there. You're picked by a ship, by your star brothers, and it doesn't happen like that. What happens is you earn the right of ascension through becoming yourself in an ascended state, living, through your highest soul aspects, through higher divine principles. So you vibrate together with the principles of all creation. You totally melt yourself with all of it, with the rest of the creation. And there's many other things that were discussed there, and I really resonate with some. And some say that the time frame is not really wide. It's supposed to be a few years or so, and apparently a lot of the things are already going to start happening since the next year. In a few months maybe. But the thing is, a lot of the people focus themselves so much about when. That is why in my videos, even though I received certain guidance, I don't try to discuss it in such a matter because a lot of the people run away from the now moment. They want to know everything in dates. When will this happen? When will, for instance, when will, I don't know, whatever they wish for to happen externally, they want it to happen on a certain date. And they say, okay, when is Ascension happening? Is it happening the 21st? Okay, no. Is it happening in 2013 in March? Well, no. What was it happening? It's really not the right approach. Everything is happening according to your awareness. And we are becoming fully self-responsible, divine co-creators, but we have to earn the right for that. We have to go through the rites of initiation, of really fully embodying this. And I've been talking about this the entire year, and now our souls are calling us back. It's not just our souls, our divine source through spirit of our I am is calling us back home. And this is what for me 21st is about. It's about our call back home. We're being each gathered in this creatrix principle, and each of us already holds the vibration that we've accumulated, that we've actually embodied in this lifetime, regardless of where your soul is in your journey and what you vibrate, the frequency you vibrate at on your soul level and beyond. And we've like being assimilated, and we're doing this life review, and it's like we're gonna see what's happening next. And this is how I truly feel that December solstice is about and beyond in ascension in the next coming years. um, my mom said, because I sent her this article from Salva Kelly. I ordered the book, but it takes a while for it to get here. Earth Awakens, and it's like also prophecies for the next few years. Also, remember Diana Cooper had a book with prophecies 2012 that I read a few years ago. But remember, all these prophecies are like timelines. Even co-creator gods note that it's like things are shifting, things are fluctuating because of this free will system. But what is happening is we are moving in for a new age. But it will be very much some things up to us. Some things we'll have no control over because they're completely happening in the spectrum of divine will. And we really have to fully first understand ourselves in order to understand divine principles, divine laws that govern this universe and beyond. That is also something that I've been talking about a lot in my videos. What is important in this beyond the December solstice and in this ascension cycle, I feel, is the need to remember who you truly are. That is, like I say, the need to return back home. I was just in my room before making a video, and I took this oracle card. I really was guided to use the Goddesses Oracle because I haven't in a really long time. I'm really not using cards often now because I'm just spending time in my inner guidance. So I just said I want to pick one for the evening and the day of tomorrow's December solstice, and the card was Past Life from Isis. And I was thinking, oh, it's not about past life. It's about divine remembrance of who you truly are in a spirit plane. And I'm thinking, yeah, Isis is the goddess like a divine mother. I read somewhere that she's also the aspect of the embodiment of the divine mother. I'm thinking, yes, this is it. We're each being called back by our real creation nature, by the divine mother, and by the source of all creation. And we're just being like summed up. And it's like, I can't explain, but lately, I think this entire week, but especially the last 2 days, it started since yesterday when I was sitting on the bench outside on the sun. And I've never felt such deep peace. I've had such moments of it. I've always had it, but always there were like thoughts maybe, oh, you're going to do this after, you're going to do this for Ascension Pioneers, or you're going to write about that, you're going to blog about that, you're going to make a video. It was like totally blank. It was just people passing through, things were happening, and everything was so perfect, divine, and it was just as it was supposed to be. And I felt like the coexistence of all the realms in one. And when you reach that state, it really is about you. Ascension is about you. Many people ask, when will I ascend? But so many people already live in higher states of awareness. So many people have already ascended in that sense, you see? That is what Ascension is truly about. And the moment you say that, when will I ascend? But when will this occur? You're really forgetting that you're being called back home here. And then you have a task to do here, but through being who you truly are, through your authentic self. And this task is going to make an immense impact on our global scheme of things, in the whole world perspective. And what I feel is next year we're going to start really laying like the groundwork. That is how I feel. We're going to start laying the groundwork. For instance, for me, I always felt that the year 2012 will be like a year of my reunion with my beloved, and it happened. And I was so blessed because I said to myself, awesome, my divine guidance from within, I fully started trusting it. And although there were challenges because I needed to go through them to purge on the entire ancestry level and beyond, not just my personal level and what I've accumulated so far in this human experience, but I really started trusting it so much more despite of everything. And I know that the guidance for next year for me and for many pioneers is foundations for new establishments. And really answering when we're being called, just trust and answer it. No more, oh, maybe I don't have the money to go there if you're being called to another part of the country or to meet with your divine family of light. For instance, I have a few people that I really wish to meet that are in different parts of the world. And who knows, maybe in the next couple of years, we will be meeting up. We will be creating things that are beyond measure, that you cannot measure with human either money or anything like that, anything material. Because I remember a while back I was writing to myself, this was a few years ago, and I said that there's few people who will meet up, who will be meeting up, like this family, and they'll be creating whatever they wish to create because it will no longer be determined, because they will reach the ability of that co-creator level through their purity, devotion, just pure intent to serve the divine. I mean, all that is. So many things are going to change, like I say, and many things in people's lives. We're now more in a state of interchanges in your personal life. We were reorganizing things. We were changing the way we live. For instance, I'm going to change my living situation as well. And I'm going to live my beloved now. And things are really changing, and I really embrace this new life. But I had to unburden a lot of the old also. It's like I said, we're not just ascension pioneers, we're also humans who have our own personal life. And sometimes people say, well, you're not allowed to have a personal life if you're on a mission. It's not true. Your life is your mission. And what you do is so deeply rooted in you that it's not separate from you. So what I feel is in the next couple of years, we don't know. For instance, like I wanted to say before, but I forgot because I rambled too much. About Sal's book, it's a new book. My mom mentioned that the information there is that the true golden age will actually be established only around 2100. And it takes a while for us to get there. And I fully resonate with that. But let me say again, we don't know, and it's not really what we should be focused upon. Remember, prophecies are just that, are just prophecies. But it's another thing to really be constantly in the now moment aligned with the divine will and where you're being guided towards and what you will be creating in the new world. So like I say, the old world is ending. It's a huge threshold. See it as such. Don't see it as days of darkness. People are buying food or donating money to some accounts they don't even know. And that's such a stupid thing. I was laughing because why do you donate to someone else's account if it's an end of the world? People do that in the United States, apparently. It was written there. I don't know. Or either they just make these stories up. I don't know. But if that's true, I'm just saying it's really funny because either way, if it's an end of the world, it's an end of the world. So people don't think. That's another proof that a lot of people still don't use their minds. They don't use their connection. They don't use their divine intuition. So in the next coming years, also a lot of the people who are completely asleep are going to start asking themselves, because the divine energies are going to really start creating this vortex, pool that will be, they can't go unnoticed. And they'll be like, what's happening? What is happening? And we will be there, Ascension Pioneers. That is why we've been in training, so to say. And we're still in training. We're in training every day. Every day we teach, but we also learn. It's a cycle. It's never just one thing. Like I say, when you're in service to yourself, you got to be in service to yourself first. You can be in service for others. And that is why, on this note, and to finish up, to conclude this long video, I wish to, because, I'm speaking about gifting yourself, because you cannot give from an empty vessel. And I wish to read about something that I wrote today, which I feel is really, really important now in this holiday season. Aside from all this 2012, the end of a cycle and Ascension hype, the holiday season is also a season of peace and family. For me, this is also a season of gifts. Gifts don't always have to be physical, although they can, if we feel so and it resonates with our heart. We have been working intensely this entire year, and now it's time to gift ourselves in a way that best nourishes our soul in the physical. Whether that be self-quiet time, gifting your loved ones, spending quality time with your closest ones, or even gifting yourself and others with something special, as long as it comes straight from the heart. The vibration of joy is the highest frequency, and if either of these things sparks up your inner joy, it's the right thing for you. This is what this planet needs right now, a bunch of shiny, happy people. Because remember, we're living on an ascending planet, and we're here to bring the divine into every corner of our physical experience, because the planetary and our personal experience are one. The divine self does not want us to deprive ourselves in any sort of way. It wishes to express itself in infinite abundance, in all perfection, and in all ways, always. It is not true that we are not to gift ourselves just because there are others who don't have enough. This is complete non-understanding of the divine balance principle. We are here to be abundance embodied, to show a way of the new so that others can follow and step into that vibration as well. Our source is an abundant one, not a poor, stagnating one. And the holiday season is also a perfect culmination of the end of the year, when we gift ourselves and those closest to us for all that we have achieved during the entire year, which we are slowly leaving behind. I know this is a very human perception, but let's face it, we are humans, we're having a human experience, living in human bodies. Well, this is at least how I see this holiday season. So, this is what I wanted to say. I will be drawing the winner for my prize, which is a book, and which I mentioned yesterday, and this will be done on Christmas. I'll be receiving your beautiful writings until Christmas, and I'll be posting them, and I'll be, through a draw, selecting someone special, the lucky one. I'll be off until Christmas probably for a few days. I don't know, maybe I'll make something, but I will write, I will share my experience, and I will try to send a quick newsletter before the solstice to all of you who are subscribed to my webpage. If not yet, you can do that at www.ascension-pioneers.org. And like I say, I'm wishing you to be that radiant infinite abundance, in all ways and always. And to continue past that on, it's just who we are, we're naturally always being of service when we're connected to our core. And that's why we continue to pass it on. For instance, if you're guided when you see someone on the street, that is what I've done, this week. When I was returning from the store, I saw this guy, begging, and I don't usually support this because it's like supporting someone's addiction. But if you're guided, so then do it. And I was guided to, and whatever I was, if you change, I did it. So like I say, as you're guided to, it can be the tiniest things. It doesn't have to be something much. But I really feel guided to just keep giving, this holiday season, especially to my loved ones and everyone, my extended family of life, and everyone in the most kind of way I can. But like I say, I feel for us who have been really out there publicly, who have been giving so much. It's time for a short retreat, but January will start again in full bloom, in high speed. There'll be so much happening, I feel. And that's why some quiet time will be really appreciated and much needed for all of us. So much reverence, so much love. I wish you the best solstice experience that you can ever wish for. Like I said, it starts within. I'll be in my silence. I hope to see you there. I hope to see you on the grid. I'm really in peaceful mode today. That's why I'm having kind of difficulties to speak, and probably the tea is making me a bit sleepy as well. That's homemade tea, from flowers that are growing on hillside meadows. It's kind of hard to pick words today. I think I'm already there. I'm already there in that state, which feels like a heart orgasm for me. And I'll see you there. I'll see you soon through Ascension Pioneers. Much love. We're all one. Bye.